Good afternoon. Well, today's little chat, it's about Doctors, what finished yesterday, sadly, after 24 years on the BBC. I did an earlier video of the history of Doctors where I was by the surgery. Now, Doctors started at the Pebble Mill Studios, what is now knocked down and part of the Dental Hospital. And they moved to where they set up the mill. That's where I filmed a bit of the mill and that, and round there they filmed round Bourneville, places round Bourneville and Northfield, and they filmed in the city centre for one of their special episodes, and even that Licky up the Lickies, and certain famous people like Blind Bessie was in it. Christopher Timothy was in it, was one of the original Doctors from All Creatures Great and Small, and we had our last appearance of Timothy West, who passed away in the week. Someone will put me right to his name. And other famous people was Lionel Blair was in it, and I do believe, I don't know if I'm right, that Jim Davison might have appeared in it or not, but lots of famous people, even the one from Strictly, one of the judges, I can't think of his name at the moment, he appeared in one of the episodes of the Doctors, and one of the Doctors was Doctor, I forget his name, but he originally starred in One Foot in the Grave, Victor Meldrew's next door neighbour, and then he transferred over to Doctors. Heston, it was Heston, that is. I can't think of his first name, but he was in it. He played Heston for quite some years. Quite a few people moved on from Doctors, like the nurse, the one nurse who went on, appeared in Death in Paradise. I forget her name. And even the receptionist manager, who actually got to star in another soap, Coronation Street, sometime, and quite a lot of people passed through Doctors over the years, but it was a very sad day to see the ending of a much loved lunchtime soap that was made in the Midlands, set round the Midlands, and used people from the Midlands. Even that nurse, what was like an extra, she had a speaking part in the Wednesday's episode. So that was the first time you actually heard her speak, and she sort of was in the background quite a bit. And a lot of people came and come in the series, but it was very sad to see it cancelled by the BBC in their wisdom of typical, anything made in the Midlands got to be cancelled. But as time goes on, Doctors will be still remembered by the fans, the followers, and we will still love the show and that. And there's still places where you can go, and they filmed at people's houses. So they actually use certain people's houses for some of the inside, filming round Bourneville and that. And my partner's where she lived, they even filmed over the road by the shop on the corner by the island one time, and they filmed up by towards Cadbury's and that. They filmed all over the place. It was set like round Northfield and Bourneville, the most of the filming and the sets and that. And it was a show what brought everybody together, talked about things, even used did things like the episode where he syringed the patient's ear with the wax and that. That was suggested by one of their doctors what work with the series and that. And now it's finished, a lot of people have not got jobs. It's sad because it brought in people who wouldn't have got a job and got them partly on the ladder, to success and that. Well, it helps a couple of them because you had the one lady went on to Death in Paradise, and another lady went on to Coronation Street. The coloured lady, I forget her name, but she was quite known. You remembered her character. So that's my little rant about doctors, and it was sad to see end. But the documentary afterwards, that was really good to hear them talking about the history of doctors and when it originally started at the Pebble Mill Studios, just up the road from where they ended up at the mill, and because the Pebble Mill Studios got knocked down and the BBC moved into town and that, and now they're moved into Digbeth. But as one door ends, hopefully another will open, and it's a sad thing that doctors is no more with us. Watching the very last episode was a bit of a sad one, but it did end on a good-hearted light and that. And when they got the drone flying and seeing the front of the Mental Health Centre and that, and in my other video you would see how empty it is, and it's just like a shell. So I hope you like my little chat, my little rant about doctors. It was my mother what got me into doctors when it was the 10th anniversary, and they had the specials and that, and she sort of got me into watching doctors, and because she passed away, now I carried on watching doctors right to the end. I never started watching this from the very beginning because it started on March and they finished filming on the March of this year. I didn't realise it finished filming then, because in the documentary they said about when it finished and that. So I hope Doctors fans enjoy my little chat about doctors and my little rant. And I hope you join me again for my walks and talks on this channel. And if you like it and you want to keep up with the channel, subscribe to this channel, press the notification and the button, and I'll let you know when I do new talks and walks. Next month is the big one, when I go across the pond to Los Angeles and Redondo Beach. So look forward to adventures over there and see what I get up to over there with my cousins and that, and what adventures I do. So stay tuned and be safe, be happy, and look after each other and take care. And then whenever you watch this, enjoy. And I'll say goodbye, farewell, and I'll be the same, pet.